generation iron app on Google Play and the App Store.
Yeah. Yeah. Welcome to another episode of King's World. Okay, so we've done some interviews, we've done some body parts, and we've gone some back and forth. Now we just got finished with the Olympia. We did the Olympia post-show review, analysis, whatever the hell you want to call it. All that stuff is done. I think we should go back to the roots, get back to bodybuilding, get back to what we originally started with, which was me talking about exercising, diet, nutrition, all that good stuff, plus 3 questions from you guys, the fans. All right, so what are we going to talk about this week? Back. How to build a wide, thick, freaky back. I'm going to tell you guys my favorite routine, the routine to help put these slabs of beef on my back. You know what, folks? You can talk shit about my arms, my legs, whatever the hell you want to talk about. You can't talk about my back. My back was one of the best in bodybuilding, and it still is to this day. Why? Because genetics, number 1, and number 2, I have a secret formula. I know how to train it, and I can visualize it. That's one of the most important things when it comes to back. You have to be able to visualize what's going on back there. If you can do that, you're halfway there. Let's do this, how to build that back. So, we start out with warm-ups. You gotta warm up. I don't care if you're a beginner, or if you're a professional, one of the best in the world, in between intermediates, it doesn't matter. You have to warm up. The last thing you want to do is injure yourself. Last thing you want to do is tear a muscle and then you're f***ed. So, what do I like to do? Wide grip pull downs to the front, 4 sets of 20 reps. You don't have to go heavy. All you're doing is just building that, warming up that muscle and just getting it ready for the heavy stuff. So, it doesn't matter if it's a cable exercise or if it's a machine. As long as it's a wide grip, pull down to the front. Remember, always keep your lats flared out. That's the key. The key to that width, that size, especially that great front double bicep shot, is knowing how to flare your lats out when you do your exercises. Keep your lats flared, bring it down, don't go back too much, slightly, maybe about 30 degrees back, and squeeze. At the end of each rep, there should be a squeeze. 4 sets of 20, wide grip pull downs to the front. Second exercise, the meat, the grime, the soul of back training, barbell rows. Okay, what you want to do is you want to go and you want to bend down. Not completely to 90 degrees, but bend all the way over to the point where you start feeling more back, okay, and less shoulders. Try to take out your shoulders as much as you can. Arms, shoulders, gotta go. You gotta use your hands as hooks. You're gonna hear me say that over and over again. Use your hands as hooks and strap it. You know, nowadays, I don't necessarily want to go to 4 or 5 rows like I used to. So what I do is I don't strap it anymore. I use Versa grips. It gives me the grip that I want with the weight that I want to use, 315 pounds. That's usually what I like to do with my rows nowadays. But again, you want to keep it strapped. Now, a lot of people ask me, King, overhand, underhand. My response to them is, which one feels better? Remember, bodybuilding is all about feel, okay? Don't just look at someone and say, hey, that's the way it's supposed to be. Try it out first. Try it out to see which, does it closer grip, wider grip, underhand, overhand, which one do you feel more? When you start to get that mind-muscle connection with the feel, that's the one you got to stick with. Heavy barbell rows, bent, 10 to 12 reps. Can't really get a spotter on this one, so make sure that you're not losing too much form. You can cheat a little bit, get a little bit bounce off the floor, but just remember, you got to go heavy and you have to concentrate on that squeeze. Second exercise for mass. Third exercise, quarter deadlifts. Okay, so on the days I do my barbell rows, I don't do my deadlifts. So I usually rotate them around. One week I do the barbell rows, another week I do my quarter deadlifts. I switch them around. The quarter deads. Why not deadlifts off the floor? Because I feel it more in my back when I do it on the quarter deads. Now, the secret to this exercise is make sure you set the safety bars under your knees, not over your knees. That's not enough movement for you to hit your back. Under your knees, go down, tap the bar, come back up. Now, when you come back up, you got to keep your back straight and your chest up. None of this bend over stuff, because all you're going to do is crush your lower back. Keep your chest up, go down, let the bar slide up against your quads and hit, boom, come back up again. You should have red marks going up and down your quads if you did this exercise correctly. It is a painful exercise, but it slaps on those beefs, those slabs of beef on your back. Quarter deadlifts, explode off the bottom. When you hit the safety bars, you explode up, lean back, again, flare your lats all times. You never want to use your arms and shoulders in traps. Flare your lats out as you come up, boom, and squeeze. Rotate. 1 week barbell rows, 1 week quarter deadlifts. Next exercise, low cable pulleys. Okay, again, which one do you feel more? Do you feel wide grip or do you feel close grip? Me personally, I feel them both. So I again rotate them. One time I go in there, wide grip. Second time I go in there, close grip. The key to this exercise, again, keep your back and your chest up. None of this bent over crap. That's lower back. And when you bend over, it's more shoulders pulling back. Soon as you put your chest up, it becomes all back again. Flare your lats out. Control it. I see a lot of kids in the gym, they go down and they pulse. No, that's not how it's done. You got to go all the way stretch forward and then you come back and you do a maximum squeeze. Full range of motion on this exercise. 12 to 15 reps, again, heavy. What I used to do is I used to do the stack plus add another 45-pound plate to it. Don't do that anymore, so I just go with the stack. It's plenty enough for me right now. Heavy, squeeze, full range of motion. Now, we did all those mass exercises. Now what we want to do is work the back from the lats, from the front. You want to have that great flare from that front double bicep. What's the best exercise for this? Dumbbell pullovers. Set yourself up on the bench. The key to this exercise, you don't have to go super heavy. Trust me, folks, I've seen nightmare scenarios when people go too heavy on this exercise, rip lats, rip their triceps. It's a very dangerous exercise. So what you want to do is, if you want to incorporate more lats and take out the chest and shoulders, you have to keep your ass close to the ground. So while you're laying on that bench, upper back is on the bench, ass almost touching the floor, kind of like almost you're sitting down. Pull it all the way back with your elbows slightly bent. You want to keep your arms not completely straight, just slightly bent. Come all the way back until you feel a maximum stretch. Dumbbell getting close to the floor, and then you come bring it right back up again and contract. This exercise, excellent for building those lats to the front. 12, 15, maybe even 20 reps, depending on how light or how heavy you want to go. Remember, for this exercise, more than anything else, it's the negative that counts. You have to control that negative coming down. The positive is just to get back into position. Pullovers, excellent for the lats. Next exercise, wide grip behind the neck pull downs. Okay, so a lot of people like to face into the machine where the pads go right on the knees and you bring down. Personally, when I do that, when I do it like that, I can't get that actual squeeze, and I'll explain to you what that means. The back behind the neck pull downs should mimic a back double bicep shot. Just imagine how you do a back double bicep pose. Okay, it's exactly how you should do this exercise. So what I like to do is turn around and face the opposite direction. So I'm leaning back, almost sitting close to the floor. My training partner gets behind me, puts his hands on the cable, and I mimic back double bicep shots. Full range of motion. Go all the way up, and when you come all the way up, imagine yourself dropping down a back double bicep shot. Boom! You come down and you squeeze and you go all the way back up. That's the correct way to do this exercise. Vision yourself hitting a back double bicep shot. 4 sets of 20 reps. You got to get forced reps on these. You'll get around 12 to 13 if you're doing this correctly and you're going to start burning out. Get your training partner to push you through the last 5 or 6 reps. This is an excellent exercise to build the upper back. Again, keep your lats flared so it gets the complete back and not just the middle and upper. Okay, and then we finish off back with assisted pull-ups. I love assisted pull-ups. You know why? Because I'm burnt out by this point. Can't really do many pull-ups on my own. Don't want to get my training partner to stand behind me and grab my legs, because it's going to put pressure on him, because I'm right now 280 pounds and it's going to be like a bull trying to step and stomp on him. So what I do is I do the assisted pull-ups. Again, the key to this exercise is to keep your chest up, keep your head up, and flare your lats. How many times have I said it so far? Flare the lats. Make sure the lats are out. And as you're coming up, again, squeeze, keep your chest up and keep your head up. It's all about full range of motion. None of this quick little, okay? You want to come all the way down and explode up and squeeze. Imagine like you're flexing. Assisted pull-ups, great way to finish off back. Okay, now we finished back training. What do you do now? You stretch. How do I like to stretch for back? You know, everybody has their own different ways. I see people grabbing onto bars and pulling down. I see a lot of people just getting their arms back and having people stretching back like that or against the wall. What I like to do is I go to the pull-up bar, I get there and I hang. I just hang and I bring my legs up into a pike position. It actually works my abdominals, it works my hip flexors, and it stretches my lats. Again, the key to this, even stretching, the key is flare your lats out. So as you're doing the stretch, you come up with the pike position and you keep your lats flared out. Hold it for 30 seconds, drop to the ground, go back, closer grip, reverse grip, same thing, come down, get into pike position, hold it for another 30 seconds. 4 sets, reverse and overhand, wide grip, flare the lats, and you'll get a complete, perfect back lat stretch. All right, so we're back to the 3 questions from you guys, from the fans. Okay, before I get into the questions, I just wanted to mention to you guys, if you have questions, all you have to do, it's very simple. Right on the bottom of this video, send me your questions. Whatever it is, I don't care. You know me, you know my personality, you know how I run this show. Anything goes. If you got problems, ask your questions. If you have skin problems, if you have questions about training, diet, it doesn't matter. Anything bodybuilding related, ask your questions and you're going to get an honest, perfect answer from the king. All right, so question number 1 comes from Antonio112. Antonio asks, is cardio necessary in the off season? And if yes, how much do you recommend? Great question. Okay, cardio in the off season. My answer to that is based 100% on your genetics, your metabolic rate. Some people don't need to do cardio at all. Some people need to do 2 hours a day. Okay, that's not just contest prep. That's all year round because you want to stay relatively lean. All right, so what do I recommend? I can only tell you guys what I do myself is I do 20 to 30 minutes after I finish training after each training session. It's not crazy cardio, maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes on the step mill, 10 minutes on the treadmill, high incline squeezing. All it is to just get it's more of a cool down than anything else. Get yourself a little bit going, keep your body fat levels within relative ranges so you're not looking too big and too puffy in the off season. Again, now another thing that I want to mention, and I know that I get this a lot, so I'll mention it. Okay, so cardio up here in your face, the puffiness, has nothing to do with neck down, okay? I love your comments, especially from your douchebags with your puffy face comments. Well, you guys have no idea what I look like from my neck down. My face might hold water, but from neck down, I have a six-pack. And as a matter of fact, everyone right now is asking me if I'm getting ready for a show. So don't judge someone from their face. I'm telling you this right now. If Sean Roden was in the off season, was standing here, or Phil Heath, or it doesn't matter, and they were covered up and all you could see their faces, the first thing you would say is, why are they so puffy? Why is the face so fat? Well, that's because it's called off season. So let's put that aside. 20 to 30 minutes in the off season after you finish training, slight incline, again, squeeze your hams and glutes. No matter what you do as far as cardio goes, always squeeze your hams and glutes. You'll get that water retention to come down and you'll burn a little fat you're doing it. Question number 2 comes from Big Mike OKC. Big Mike asks, he says, what's the best PCT protocol? Good question, Mike. He says, I've noticed all your clients rebound perfectly. They don't lose any size. What's your secret? Okay. Mike, yes, there is a specific protocol that I use, but being that I don't give drug advice, I only give my recommendations. I will give you this outline, the general outline of what I do for my protocol. Excuse me, but I'm not going to tell you the exact doses. That's something that you're going to have to find out on your own. Or if you want to contact me and hire me as your coach, then we can talk some business. But in general, for a PCT after a cycle, after a show, whatever you want to call it, we do HCG, 40 days. Clomid, 21 days. Arimidex, 40 days. Rebound off the test, long-acting ester, 40 days. And 2 secret supplements that I use that I recommend to my clients. A fantastic company that's come out with 2 products. Again, that's a secret that I use for my clients and my athletes. If you're interested, you contact me, we talk, and I'll show you how to do a correct protocol with the correct doses. There you go. Big Mike, PCT. Our final question comes from Blonde and Buff underscore. Blonde and Buff. Esson, I love Blonde and Buff. You know that. Okay, I'm just kidding. All right, so Blonde and Buff asks, what's the best fat burner available today? Great question. Okay, so I'm going to answer this 1000% with reality, with my own personal experience, and I'm going to tell you what works. So, the best fat burner on the market today, this is legal, not medical grade, not RX grade, is SR7. SR7 is a fat burner that myself, Big E, and our manufacturer created about 5 years ago, and is under the Anabolic Breakthrough Nutrition company brand. Now, SR7, where can you get it? You can't anymore. Why? Because Donald Trump sanctioned our products because we were selling it to the Middle East mainly. But we're going to put that aside. There might be a comeback. Actually, there's a lot of things that are happening right now. Why do I say SR7? Because it was the bomb. We worked many years on formulating the absolute best fat burner possible. And this is a true story. Hand to the Bible, straight to God as my witness. Our manufacturer who manufactured this product also manufactured 6 or 7 other companies, top world famous companies, some of the best companies in the world. And when the athletes from these other companies used our SR7, they would secretly contact the manufacturer and say, hey, yes, we're signed with company X, but we would like to take some SR7 if you don't mind. That's how good this product was. It's coming back. Just wait for it. So now, after saying that about SR7, what's the best on the market today? Well, Blonde and Buff, that's an easy one. What I recommend to my clients right now is Jet Fuel Pyro and Jet Fuel Super Burn from the company GAT. The combination of Pyro and Super Burn together is the most effective fat burner on the market today. I don't have a contract with GAT. They're not paying me for this. I'm just being honest. As always, that's what I recommend for all my athletes, and it gets them all shredded up. Okay, there's another episode of King's World. I do want to put this out there to all you companies out there, whether you're supplements, whether you're food, whether you're clothing line, it doesn't matter. If you guys want to advertise, if you guys want sponsorship, contact us, send me messages, and we can work something out. King's World right now is the #1 show on the Generation Iron Network, and we're even growing bigger and bigger as the days go. As I promised you guys last time, I got 2 interviews coming with two incredible interviews coming up. No holds barred, nothing like you guys have seen. And one of them, you haven't even heard from this guy in years, and he's going to come back and we're going to do this, okay? As always, love you guys. Write down your questions. And what do I always say? Peace, bitches.